Westplex 107.1. That's the way Shelley is with men. Thank you. Next. Thank you. Next. Thank you. Next.
Don't tell my secrets, Brad.
Shelley. Good morning to you. It's Friday, TGIF. Always a good feeling on Friday.
It is a good feeling. It's like you can see things more clearly because it's almost the weekend.
Nice afternoon yesterday. It's supposed to be a pretty nice day today. Still a little on the cold side right now, 23, heading for a high of 44. We'll have our meteorologist, Jennifer
Wojcicki.
She will be in with the forecast in about 30 minutes from now. She's the lady that knows all the stuff. We're just like amateurs. We just look at stuff and go, hey, it's supposed to be sunny today and high of 44. We don't know what the hell we're talking about, right?
No, well, you do because you went to the Dave Murray School of Meteorology.
I know the Dave Murray School of Color Radar Weather. Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, he taught us how to do.
It was the partial degree that you got from where? Mississippi?
Mississippi State. Well, I didn't get it. I didn't finish. So yes, I went.
No, it was a partial degree.
Well, you don't get a partial degree. You
that has to count for something.
No, you either get a degree or
just
don't.
Because you don't get paper doesn't mean that it doesn't count for something.
It doesn't count for anything. If you don't graduate, you don't get squat.
I just think that's just wrong.
But just think about it. I was working on my BS in meteorology.
Your BS
That's what you get. You get a Bachelor of Science.
Well, my daughter, who's going for her BSN in nursing,
yeah,
she's actually she went to SCA before she went to where she's going now, and she is one class shy of getting her associates in emergency medicine.
Really? But she didn't finish at SCA then, right?
No, she went on to this other college and started her BS in nursing.
Why doesn't she go back and take the one class?
When she graduates in April or May, something like that. She's worked hard.
Well, why doesn't she go back and take the one class? And then she'd have her BS and her BA or AA, whatever.
Well, for one thing,
AS,
you know what it is?
What?
It's a computer class.
What?
That's the one thing that she has to finish to get her associates in emergency medicine.
She couldn't take
a computer class.
She couldn't take that like at night school or something like that? Just knock it out?
You know what? I don't know. She's got a full plate right now. She's working full time, and she's going to school full time, and she's got clinicals, and she's just, trying to get through this.
Wow.
Magically.
So she has that wand that she waves around, and things just happen, right?
Well, she does that anyway, but I think she's just trying to get through this the best she can.
Yeah.
And I know that she's the best. It's even like when she actually got honors when she graduated high school, and I've always told her that if you don't do well in something, and your grade reflects that you didn't do well in it, if you tried your best, that's all I can ask for.
That's what I do every morning with you. I try my best with you, but man, it just never happens.
That's not true. It happens sometime. It's kind of vacillates in and out, but
wow,
it's
Shelley and the big words, vacillate. Whoa.
Do you think I'm a heathen? I actually
heathen?
I have a pretty good vocabulary.
Really?
It just happens to contain some colorful words that I choose to use all the time.
You have a good vocabulary. There's no doubt about that. We are BS in the Morning. You can check out our website at bsinthemorning.show. Station website is westplex107.1.com. We've got some guests this morning. We have Chris Heifel, who's going to be if he's not in the shower, he should be with us about an hour from now. And about an hour and a half from right now, we have the second to the last appearance of Jack Frost. He should be with us.
The most chilly man in the world.
And you saw his picture. Where was that picture you sent me of him?
That was the copy of a playbill that was in the Foundry Art Center that I found, and when I was at the Burr Bash.
Yeah.
And I took a picture of it because I didn't know if you'd ever met Jack Frost.
Have you ever met him? No, I've never met him. I mean, and what's
what he looks
interesting
like. And I actually think I saw him from a distance. I didn't want to rush up to him and go, Oh, Jack Frost, you just make me chilly.
Oh, God. What's interesting is I keep saying, hey, when can I meet you? And he'll always say, well, I'm on Main Street. And I go, that's like saying, hey, when can I meet you? Well, I'm in St. Louis. When are we going to get together? Well, where are you in St. Louis? Well, actually, I'm in Wentzville. Well, where are you in Wentzville? Well, I'm here. Okay, so what am I going to do? Drive around all day like in St. Louis or Wentzville looking for you?
It sounds like a conversation with you.
No, what do you mean?
Dude, you know what I mean.
No.
You even said a couple times, oh my God, you're starting to sound like me. Stop it.
Shelley, I am the easiest guy in the world to get along with. There's no doubt about that.
I believe that.
See, even you both know that. So,
oh, you being easy to get along with?
Shelley, once again, I'll say it. I'm the easiest guy in the world to get along with.
I believe that.
Well,
I mean, that's one of your strong points is that you don't judge people. And you don't really, attack people.
I don't.
And I've always admired that about you.
I will never tell anybody that you're a weirdo, and sometimes I just want to pull your hair out. I mean, I'd never say anything like that.
I already know that's the case. Thank you for not telling anybody.
No, I won't tell anybody. By the way, we got to take a break here, play some more music, or do something. Our business is so weird, and I have to get the complete details on this, and I'm not exactly sure where it happened. I heard this on the network news last night, and I'm thinking to myself, oh boy, another black eye for radio. A guy and gal team, morning team in some market, can't remember where it was. I'll find out, and maybe we'll talk about this in the next break. And he was lamenting the fact that he's so tired of all the impeachment stuff, and you turn on the TV and it's wall-to-wall impeachment. And he made the comment to, what we need is a good school shooting to take the attention away from the impeachment. And
So would the Secret Service at his door?
No, the station. Well, I don't know about that, but the station fired him immediately. Gone. Him and his.
Oh,
and
really?
Oh, yeah,
okay,
gone.
Good.
Gone. I mean, once again.
You can't joke about stuff like that.
Once
there
again.
are certain things you can joke about. That is not one of them.
Well, but being, like it's like a J.C. Corcoran or a Howard Stern kind of thing. You can push that outer edge. You know what I mean? You can push and push and push, but there's times when you go past that outer edge, and everybody's going to go like, okay, that was not right. And
well, I do agree with them in some philosophy that something does need to happen. Not a school shooting, but something needs, because that's what they do.
Oh, and now. And now it's to the point.
Thing will happen,
right? And
to
now
take the focus off of what's really happening.
Yeah, and now it's to the point where, Nancy Pelosi's not going to give the articles of impeachment to the Senate, and I'm going, oh, come on!
Doesn't she have to?
Like who knows? No, this is uncharted territory. It's like a bunch of little kids. It's like
they are children.
I got your toy. I took it away from you, and I've hid it, and I'm not telling you where it is until you're nice to me. It's like, come on. It's like
Nancy, honey, no one's ever going to be nice to you.
Well,
sorry.
And then you got McConnell who talks like this. I'm going, okay, this is like a Seth MacFarlane production or something like that. Hey, anyway, we do have to play some music. It is 6:13. This is BN this morning. I can't talk this morning. You know what it is?
What?
My sight has screwed up my mouth.
Sure.
It's 6:13. We'll be back.
Westplex 107.1.
Westplex 107.1. Shelley, I am a boy in a man's body because
yes, you are a man-child.
I still like that song. I can still remember the very first time I ever heard that, and I thought to myself, wow. First off, the production on that song is excellent. Second off, never heard Katy Perry before because that was like her debut song. And third off, what a great song. I mean, the lyrics, you get and I know people are going to go, well, it's talking about women kissing. Okay, well, now you can talk about that, right? It's like, there was a day when, you can't talk about that. Okay, whatever. I'm down with that. If that floats your boat, I don't care anymore. I really don't. I talk about it all the time. I have my right to swing my fists and the tip of your nose. You know what? If you are my next door neighbor and you're chopping up cats in your basement and you're cooking them, I don't care. Just don't throw them in my front lawn. You know what I'm saying?
Ew. Ew.
No, I just don't.
Ew. Icky analogy, Brad.
I don't want it. I mean, I don't care. I don't care what you do. Now, I guess that breaks the law. But, geez, once again, you can't go through a day without breaking the law.
That's true.
I mean, everybody breaks the law with the lady.
That's true. When they go 1 mile over the speed limit.
Yeah, you broke the law. Or the lady who ran the stop sign yesterday down in Chesterfield Valley almost smashed my car. She broke the law. Shame on her. Yes. Shame on her. Okay, I found the stuff on that, and actually, it's sort of sad. It's a husband and wife team in Denver. It's called The Chuck and Julie Show, and it's Chuck Bonnewell and his wife, who's the co-host. Her name is Julie Hayden. The host, Chuck Bonnewell, was opening a segment of The Chuck and Julie Show Tuesday afternoon when he said they would be discussing the never-ending impeachment of Donald Trump. According to audio obtained by Colorado Times recorder. No, I didn't even say that. And he made the comment. The comment he made was, he said, I'm saying his exact comment was, his wife co-host Julie Hayden laughed before Bonnewell added, you wish for a nice school shooting to interrupt the monotony. And then she said, hold on.
Did she scold him?
No, the Chuck said, no, didn't even say that. No, didn't even say that. Hayden said, don't call us. And then, his wife said that. Chuck didn't say that. And Bonnewell immediately said, which no one would be hurt. 710 KNUS. Matter of fact, the boss walked in and immediately removed them from the air, and they were fired.
Both of them?
Yeah, both of them. Gone.
Wow.
Yeah, and in another statement posted to their Facebook page Thursday morning, Hayden and Bonnewell said he would, quote, unsay the inappropriate comment if he could. As parents of a child in elementary school, they worry about school shootings and his safety, they said. Quote, violence causes too much hurt for victims and their families, and we truly did not intend to add that to the pain, the statement said. So, I mean, but that's like going way over the edge. You know what I mean? I mean, like...
I don't think so, Brad. What? That they fired him?
No, that he said that.
I agree with that.
I mean, there's certain things, that
was wrong.
Once again, you and I kid back and forth, but there's certain things that will, you know me fairly well now. We've worked together for 6+ years, okay?
Yes.
I am a big proponent of women doing well in the workplace and being successful. I mean, I told the story before about my one general manager, Karen Carroll, who took over the station and just really did an excellent job with the station. Ultimately, became the general manager at KMOX, and I had tremendous respect for her and actually learned quite a bit. And near the end of my employment there, before I started my business, she ultimately put me in business. She sort of took me under her wing and actually, helped me out and gave me advice and things like that. And for that, I will be forever grateful. But there were guys at the station that just hated her because they didn't want to work for a woman. They didn't want to work for her. I won't say what they called her. They didn't call her a woman. They called her other things. And,
that was the dynamic back then.
It's still in effect today. I guarantee you there are businesses run by women, owned by women, that they're guys are like, I can't believe I work for that, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's sad. And the flip side of it is they wouldn't say that about a guy. If they were working for a guy, they would, I can't, well, they might. They might call him an SOB or something like that. But it would be more of a, it wouldn't be a sexual, a sex kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
gender, whatever you want to call it. It would be that kind of a thing. And
right.
Once again, I mean, I worked very hard with my daughter. I have 3 sons and a daughter. I mean, I think I told you the interesting story one time when my daughter was still in high school about, this guy she was going out with. I told you that, didn't I, about the prom and the whole bit? Didn't I ever tell you that story?
No.
I'll tell the story sometime on the air. And I mean, I worked very hard. I mean, to the point where I and you and I both, you're involved with, Little Black Book. There are tons of women. If you look at the statistics, the government statistics, the fastest growing group of new business owners are women. And how many women do we do business with? How many women are on this radio station that own businesses that are the decision makers and things like that? And quite honestly, a lot of times I think they're better managers than men, because typically, I know this is people who say, well, you're gender stereotyping. Women tend to be better at details than men.
It's funny that you say that, because our very dear friend Caleb Hunter with Extreme Electrical is listening to us on the stream, and he says that they have women text at extreme. Every guy here loves her, and our customers love her too.
Well, but that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Well, we got a woman electrician. Oh, I mean, if they can do their job, who cares? You know what I mean?
There's women firefighter too. One of them's name is Shelby, and I met her over at my digs, and she was lovely.
Well, in a lot of fields, they're encouraging women to get in a lot of fields. The tech field, I mean, they talk about out in Silicon Valley, out in California, they can't get enough women because a lot of women just don't go into computer science. I asked my son about that. My son graduated again when he graduated in 2015, 2016 from Mizzou. He's got a double E electrical engineering degree and a computer science degree. And, I asked him, I said, how many women in your class? And I think he said very few. I think he said maybe 15, 20% of the class were women. And I mean, you talk about a field that if you're a woman and you get like a double E or a computer science degree, I mean, there are going to be, like my son got recruited by Garmin. I mean, he got a job a year before he graduated from college. I mean, he literally, I don't know if I ever told you the story, but he graduated on a Saturday. He married a woman when he was going to school there, and he graduated on a Saturday. Him and his wife did not walk through graduation because I was moving them to Kansas City. And
I remember that.
And he graduated. He didn't walk through graduation. I moved him on graduation day, which is a Saturday. We got him in his apartment. He got everything all set up on Sunday, and on Monday he started his new job. I'm going like, okay, talk about having the best situation. And the best part of it was that he'd interned there 2 summers before, for the previous 2 summers, and he knew people. He started this job on Monday, and he already knew his boss. And I'm going like, man, what a great deal that was.
Yeah, it was.
And once again, I asked him, I said, if you'd asked when I was at Garmin, I go, how many women are engineers there? And he goes, only a handful. So, once again, that field's wide open for women. I think it's great. So
it is. So is the electrical. All the trades are open.
Oh, gosh. Have I got myself in trouble this morning? I'm in trouble about talking about that?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
actually, Caleb says his female technician, electrical technician, is a rock star.
Well, and once again, it's one of these things. For a long time, the trades have typically been, not the type of business that women have gotten into. I mean, way back in the day, they were discouraged or not even hired, but now it's just the opposite. Now I know, if we got Caleb on here, he'd probably say he's looking for women. Well, that didn't sound right, did it?
Yeah, no, it didn't. Way to go, Brad.
You know what I mean. He's looking for
way to make things awkward.
For women electricians. That's what he's looking for, right? Right.
Yeah.
Because Caleb's happily married. We don't want to start any rumors.
No, we did not.
Like the rumors we started about Shelley. Okay, we'll go on. Okay, we got to take a break. It's 6:28. At least I think it's 6:28. Let's try that again. Oh, you know what? What happened? Hold on a minute.
It's 6:29, actually.
It just switched to 6:29. My computer has gone funky here. You know what?
How funky is your chicken? How funky is your chicken?
Hold on a minute. Okay. Part of the problem is,
Bring It On.
Part of the problem is I can't see it. Okay, 6:29. Westplex 107. Hold on a minute. Man, I'm not having a good day with the computer this morning. Westplex 107.1. It is BS in the morning. I am S and she is B, and we are talking on the radio. And what I am doing is I am also ringing the bell because I want everybody to remember only a few more days. It's a short season for the bell ringers, and the Salvation Army does so much good for so many good people. And
yes, they do.
We would love for you to put some money in the kettle. And this year, you don't even have to have cash with you because on almost all the kettle stands, they've got the sign where you can actually scan the QR code or use your Google Pay, and you can put money into the Salvation Army coffers right from your phone. So when you get the people that say, I never carry any money, hey, you got a way to do it now. It's pretty easy to do. So don't forget, better places around town. They're at Schnucks, they're at Deerberg's, they're at Wally World, and a bunch of other places as well, too. Bass Pro, trying to think where I've seen them all. Where was I yesterday?
Farm and Home.
Farm and Home, yes. Thank you very much for that one.
You're welcome. And I think there's a little grocery store that's over in St. Charles. And and I can't remember what the name of it is, but they ring there.
I love that farm and home store in Cottleville. It's funny because you and I.
It's kind of fun. They have a little bit of everything.
Oh my God! You know what? Here we go again. Okay, I shouldn't tell this story, but I'm a tool freak. I love tools. I've always loved tools. But this is like the men. You know the story. This is like the razor story. Okay, you go buy. Like they give you like the starter razor with the razor refills, the shaver refills, and you get a cheap one. Okay, you get it cheap, but then you go back.
Is that the Dollar Shave Club?
Well, no. I mean that's what they're trying to combat because of the fact that you'd go and buy the shaving handle and you'd like get like the super deal. Hey, it's the shaving handle is only $2, and then you go buy the refills and they're $100. I have that problem with tools, and I was in Farm and Home, and here's a perfect example, is I have Milwaukee and I have Black & Decker, okay? And I need a couple more batteries for my Black & Decker tools, okay? Because my batteries are old and they don't hold a charge very well. So if I went to the store and bought 2 batteries, it's going to cost me $129. But yet, I can go to Farm and Home and buy a combo kit, which has 2 batteries, a drill, a driver, and a charger for $139. And it's like, but I already got a drill and a driver. But it's like, okay, so what I did a couple times was I did this, and I went and bought the combo kit, and I took the tools and I sent them to my son. Hey, here's a drill and a driver. But it's like, okay, how does that work? Why, and sometimes, like the other one I bought from my Milwaukee back on Thanksgiving is the tool with the charger and the batteries was $59, and it had 2 batteries. And if I just would have bought the 2 batteries, it was $69. It's like, okay, how does that work? You know what I mean? I get what they're doing because once you buy the tool, you go through the batteries from time to time. Sometimes you'll damage them.
It's a lost leader item.
Well, yeah, because
it's like when Ultimate Electronics used to be in business. They would have like a VCR for $49.
Well, but they're no. I mean, but they're not. It's not. There's no consumables with a VCR. I guess there is if you use the tapes. But probably the better analogy would be the inkjet printers. For a while you could buy an inkjet printer for like $59, and then and it would and they'd put a starter cartridge in it. Remember they did that? They did a starter cartridge which didn't have much ink in it. You'd get like 3 pages out of it, and then you'd have to go to the store and buy the cartridge, and it would be like $80. I'm going, hold on a minute now. I just bought the printer for $49 and the cartridge is $80. How does this work? So anyway, one of those things. Don't forget, Salvation Army. They do a lot of good stuff for good people, and someday they may be doing something for you. You never can tell.
That is so true. They are there in a crisis.
Well,
can I tell my story?
No, you can't.
I think
because we're way behind.
Well, then it's 6:42. Let's go to a break.
I got to catch up here because I screwed up the computer.
Catch up.
You know why I'm screwing up this morning. We won't talk about that until probably next week or something like that. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit. But anyway,
no, you don't need to. Just wait till next week.
Okay, 6:42. Westplex 107.1, Nellie, not the Nellie we know, not the Nellie that's at the, I won't say that. I'll get myself in trouble. 6:30, you know what I'm talking about, Shelley.
Yes, I do.
Nellie's secret office. 6:53, good morning. It's BS in the Morning. You can check out our website at bsinthemorning.show. The website for the radio station is Westplex1071.com. I'm going to ring the bell one more time. Don't forget about the Salvation Army people. Lots of stuff going on. Yesterday, and I don't want to sound like a jerk when I talk about this, but they had this meet and greet for the bigwigs that are going to run the new MLS team, the owners. And they had this thing downtown yesterday where you could come and they'd talk to you about the season tickets and all the various things. And once again, this is the thing that drives me crazy about this. They're going to build this stadium between Union Station and I guess where that restaurant, I don't know what's in there anymore, it used to be called Harry's. If you know that, you know what I'm talking about, where Harry's is?
I do.
Okay.
I know exactly where you're talking
about.
Okay,
they're going to build it in there. Okay, now what they're going to do is, there are entrance and exit ramps from Highway 40, okay? They're taking those ramps out, which I don't get. Because when I go downtown, and if I go to Union Station, or even if I go to like whatever it is, Kiel Opera House, or the Enterprise Center, or whatever they call it now, when I go east on 40, I always get off at that, I think what they call it, the 20th Street, Chestnut Street exit. And you go off to the right. You go right by the Arch Ambulance helicopter landing pad right there. You make a turn or to the left. You go underneath the westbound lanes, Highway 40. Then you make another turn, and you're up in Market at 20th. And you're right there in front of Union Station. They're tearing that out. And then there's another ramp from Market if you're coming out of Union Station, or if you're coming out of any of those the places there. If you're coming out of like the Enterprise Center, you go, I don't know, I think that might be Pine Street. You go west and Pine, excuse me, and you can jump on westbound Highway 40 there. They're taking those ramps out.
The ramp, okay, I know you said this, but I just wanted clarification. So the 14th Street ramp, they're taking out?
No. This is further west, okay? As you're coming
okay,
east on 40.
That's the only way I know how to get out of downtown St. Louis.
If you're coming east on 40, once you cross underneath Jefferson, there's a sign, and I think it's a dedicated exit lane, and you get in that lane. And matter of fact, there's a little lake there with a cute little fountain that squirts up in the air, and it's all to the right.
Cute little fountain?
Yeah, it is. It's one of the cute little fountain, one of those floating little pumps that, shoots water into the air.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, they're ripping that lane out, that exit out. So it's to the point where, like, okay, so they're just reopening. Matter of fact, on the 25th, they're reopening, Christmas Day, they're reopening Union Station with the aquarium and the whole bit. They've already got hold on a minute, let me clear my voice. They've already got the Ferris wheel up, but they're going to make it tougher to get to those places, because now if you're going east on 40 to get into that area there, you've either got to get off of Jefferson and then go north in Jefferson and then make a ride on Market and go down Market, or you have to go pass it, like you talked about, the 14th Street exit, and get off there and then come back. So why in the world would they make it tougher to get to Union Station? And not only that, if people are going to go to the soccer game, how the heck are you going to get there? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I still say, people, go to Kansas City, see where the Arrowhead Stadium and the Kauffman Stadium is. The baseball stadium and the football stadium, Arrowhead and Kauffman, are right next to each other. They're on the outskirts of the Kansas City area. Actually, I think they might even be outside of Kansas. I think they may be like in Independence or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. If they are still in Kansas City proper, they're just on the eastern edge of Kansas City. Tons of parking. Dedicated ramps to get you in and off the highway, 70, 435, all those interchanges. It's right there. It's super simple. Why do we have to keep putting all these places downtown where, quite honestly, it's a pain in the butt to park and get to? It makes no sense.
It really is.
I mean, it's to the point where I don't know how many people that I know now that will just say, I'm never going to another Cardinals game, because of the fact that A, they don't like the parking, B, they're afraid they're going to get, robbed or worse, and to the point where you never hear anybody in Kansas City. If you know anybody who lives in Kansas City, they'll always talk about, oh my God, you got to go tailgating in Kansas City for the Chiefs game. Oh, it's so great, it's wonderful, and the baseball games are easy to get to. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
But they have more real estate than we do.
Yeah, but once again, they're cramming all this stuff downtown, okay? There's lots of real estate. I mean, I said a long time ago, put a stadium out there where the Chrysler plant used to be. Talking about easy to get to, 270, 44, you got all sorts of exits, entrance ramps and everything out there, at St. Charles County. Remember, I put that post on my Facebook page and that guy cussed me out. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, people are kind of passionate about that. I'm going like,
geez Louise. I said that they shouldn't put the LML, and the guy F-bombed me like 3 or 4 times. Like I said, they should put the MLS stadium out in St. Charles County, and he blah, blah, blah. I'm going, whoa, touched the nerve with this dude.
Yeah, because probably St. Louis has had the St. Louis politicos are the ones that really brought them to the metro area.
But here's the thing for me is that look at what happened to St. Louis Center downtown. Look at what happened to Union Station downtown.
That's a shame, actually.
St. Louis people. I'm talking St. Louis Metro, St. Charles County, Franklin County, Warren County, St. Louis County, Jefferson County, all of them. We don't like to pay for parking, and we don't like to park in parking garages. I'm telling you, that's just the way it is. In other parts of the country, that's life. That's just the way it is. Not here. And to the point where even to the malls, why have the malls have in decline? Because of the fact that people want to drive up in front of a store, get out of their car, walk into the store, get back in their car, and leave. Same thing with sporting events. You don't want to have to park somewhere and take a shuttle bus or the Metrolink. You want to pull up in front of the stadium, get out and watch the game, right? Am I kidding?
No, but I don't have a problem with parking garages.
I hate them. Hate them.
Well, where would you park, on the street?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a street guy. But, once again, it's like in Clayton and downtown, they keep eliminating parking spaces on the street, and don't get me going about those goofy, stupid, kiosk meter things where you got to, you park here.
They've been there forever.
What, the kiosk meter things?
Yeah.
Not
at least
forever.
Downtown.
No, that's relatively new. It's been in like the last 5 years. There's still parking meters.
I don't think so, Brad, because I remember, actually in Clayton, I remember there's a place, and I can picture it, but I don't know.
It depends. It depends where you are in Clayton and downtown. They're not all kiosk things now. There's some
No,
of
they're
them,
not, but
yeah.
a lot of them
but
were.
because
they've been around since because I used to work downtown for the government.
No, they didn't have the kiosk things. The kiosk things
They
are
did too,
No, they're relatively new. I'll get the lady who wrote me 500 traffic tickets on here, and we'll talk about that. I know 500 parking tickets. And when I say I had 500 parking tickets, am I kidding?
No, you're not.
I had 500 parking tickets. That's a story in itself. Okay, we got to take a break.
Is.
It's 7 o'clock. Westplex 107.1. I found you. I found Shelley, and my life has never been the same since.
You're very funny.
Yeah, do I dare say that?
Yeah, mine has not been the same since either, Brad.
Yeah, 7:07 in the morning. Don't forget, we're pushing the bells because Salvation Army does so good for so many people. Last couple of days, it's a short season. Plus, we had the problem this week. A lot of people were not out and about because of the snow on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So get out there and put some money in the kettle. We have a special guest on the phone this morning. 2 weeks ago, he gave me, actually a little bit more than 2 weeks ago, in person, he gave me a challenge. And then 2 weeks ago on the phone, he gave me a challenge. And you know what? I'm the kind of guy that you don't want to challenge. Right, Chris Highfield?
You'll accept it. And that's what I found out about you, Brad. That's great.
Chris said that if I showed up for the grand opening of his new Grace River Church in beautiful St. Peter's, that he, I think the quote would, pee in my pants. Is that be about right?
That's the exact quote. That's spot on. That's exactly what I said.
So I showed up Sunday, 2 Sundays ago, and not only did I show up, but I brought him a 12-pack of adult diapers because I would not want to have him standing up there in front of his what do you call them, parishioners? What do you call them? Attendees? What do you call them at your church?
Yeah, attenders. Yeah, attenders.
Yeah. I would not want to embarrass you, and furthermore, I wouldn't want to get your nice new carpet all stained up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, man, I appreciate that. You equip me. And I actually have this documented at graceriver.cc/Brad.
Wow.
So, pretty easy to remember, graceriver.cc/Brad. And you'll see a picture of Brad and I with some underwear. So it's awesome.
This is Chris Highfield, the lead pastor of Grace River Church. I have to tell you, your church is beautiful, and it's so interesting. Shelley and I have talked about this several times. We met you, 5-6 years ago, and you were this guy from Springfield, Missouri, who essentially said, I'm going to start a church here, and right now, the church is my living room.
Yeah, that's how we met. We met at a Chamber of Commerce luncheon, I believe, and I met you and I met Shelley, and I thought, I got to be friends with these people. That's just how magnetic both your personalities were, and so we got started out of our living room, and I'm super thankful for your radio stations because you grew with us, and it was a great adventure together. And so we like you mentioned, started with 5 people in my living room, and outgrew the living room, moved to an elementary school, from elementary school to a YMCA for 4 years in O'Fallon, and then we just recently, about a month and a half ago, moved into our brand new location in St. Peter's, right off of Interstate 70, in between TRUs and 79 exit, just 2 businesses east of Valero.
Yes, and great visibility. If you're going east on 70, I mean, if you're in that right lane, you're, only probably about, 100 feet from the front of your building there.
Yeah, it's an incredible gift. From my office, you can hear the interstate, so that's some fun white noise, but great stuff, man. We're just blessed, and we love being in St. Peter's and O'Fallon area. I love St. Charles County. It's just been an amazing ride.
Well, and you, I've been to your services, and very, very, very different. I mean, and I mean that in respect that I don't know if I've told you the weird story that people still ask me what religion I am, and I go, I don't know, because my mom was sort of a hippie when it came to religions, because we went to a bunch of different churches. I mean, we went this church and that church and this church and that church, and as a kid, I didn't really know what was going on. We're just going to different churches,
Sure. We always say no matter where you've been, where you're from, or what you've done, you're welcome at Grace River Church. And so it really doesn't matter what your religious background is. We teach the Bible in a really applicable way. And so we love the Bible and we love Jesus. And so if you like either one of those two things, you'll probably like our church.
This week, or actually, does it start this week? Is it Sunday is the start, and then you have you have Sunday, Monday and Tuesday?
Yeah, so we've got some special Christmas services, and so we usually just call this Christmas Eve service, but we're growing so much we wanted to add a couple extra services, and so we're doing our Sunday morning service at 10:30. We usually do two services on Sunday morning, but for this Sunday we're just doing one, Sunday morning at 10:30 on the 22nd, and then we have Monday, December 23rd at 6 p.m., and then also Tuesday, December 24th, that's Christmas Eve. It always falls on the 24th, isn't that funny? Christmas Eve does at 4:30, and so those are our three service times for our candlelight Christmas. It's going to be absolutely awesome. We're going to have live music. We're going to have some candlelight and a really, really applicable, hope-filled message that'll get you right in the Christmas spirit. And so if you're needing to take a break from all the shopping, all the chaos, and put things in perspective a little bit, come visit us at Grace River Church this coming week on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. More info is on our website at graceriver.cc, and you can find out all the times and location and all that good stuff right there.
Chris, I have to tell you, I've been doing this for a while, a couple years, and I'm always really happy to see somebody who starts a business. I don't know if I consider yours necessarily a business, but someone who starts a business, has a vision, has a passion, and then has success. And I'm really proud that we could be just a really, 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 really tiny part of that. And I have to tell you, don't take this the wrong way, but you're doing well when you get some hate emails. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we get plenty of those. So it's fun. It's we actually had I'm not going to go on a little story, but yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, and we're gaining traction, and we're really, really just encouraged. Thank you so much. And I say that we have an incredible team that helped us get here. This is not a one-man show, and so because of that, our staff team, our incredible team of volunteers, my wife, just incredible people that have just been so helpful along the way on the journey. And I just try to get out of the way and I do my one little job, and then everybody else does theirs, and we've got a great thing going.
Chris, congratulations once again. Give us the times for the services.
Grace River Church, Candlelight Christmas at Sunday, December 22nd at 10:30, Monday, December 23rd at 6, and Tuesday, December 24th at 4:30.
And the website is?
graceriver.cc, and they can go to graceriver.cc/Brad to see the picture of you and me with some depends.
Yeah, and I gave you a dozen. I think you're down to 10, so I'm just going to have to keep showing up for another 10 times, so you keep using those adult diapers, right?
I'm wearing them every week. It's amazing.
Chris, thank you so much. We're going to play a little music. We will be back. Westplex 107.1. How long has this been going on? Hard to believe, but the week after next, it'll be 6 months that BS in the morning.
It will be 6 months.
Can
we
you
should
believe
have a
that?
party.
Can you believe that?
I can't.
I mean, how
And it's
unbelievable
gone
is
by
that?
so fast.
It's crazy. Shelley, I ask her sometimes, and I said to her the other day, I said, "Hey, Shelley, what do you think? It's pretty soon. It's going to be 6 months till we've been on the air." And she said,
They don't have dog catchers in the government.
"I'm going like, okay, what does that have to do with anything?"
Exactly. What does it have to do with anything? God. 6 months of BS, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, 6 months of BS. You can check out our website, bsinthemorning.show. Our station website is westplex107.1.com. Okay. Okay. Shelley, things to talk about. Yesterday, man, you know what? Let's talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about that later. Last week, we told the story about how I almost got hit in the parking. Well, I did get hit in the parking lot. A lady backed into me in the parking lot in Freddy's in St. Peter's. Almost knocked me down. I mean, I caught my balance and actually damaged the back of her car as I started to fall, and I swung my arm out with had my keys in it, and I scratched and dented the back of her car, okay? And then she rolls down the window and she says, "Oh, I got a camera, but I didn't see you." Okay, so I'm in the Freddy's yesterday. I almost get hit again. Same place. So I'm like, man, I don't think I should go to that Freddy's anymore.
It wasn't the same woman, because if it was, I'd say she was targeting you.
It wasn't the same woman. And then before that, almost got hit. Lady ran a stop sign down in Chesterfield Valley. I was down there getting my license plates taken care of, and a lady runs a stop sign and then gets mad at me because she almost hits me. Anyway, so the important story I'm going to tell is I had a problem with my car on Monday where, with all the snow and everything like that, I guess it was like a big chunk of ice fell off like a tractor trailer on the interstate, and I hit it. And I've got like a SUV that I'm driving, a little small, little compact SUV, and apparently it hit the muffler, and it broke the muffler or something like that. So I took it in to get it repaired, and I take it in there, and the guy, inspects it. Oh yeah, and he sets an appointment for me. Okay, so later that day, there was this in the morning. So I, go get my car back. I'm driving around, and about noon, phone rings. Don't recognize the number. I answer the phone. He says, "Hi, Brad." I go, "Who is this?" He says, "This is Charlie." I go, "Charlie? I don't know Charlie." He says, "I'm the guy at blah 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 garage," and he says, "I got a strange question to ask you." I go, "Yeah." He says, "Is my phone in your car?" I go, "Is your phone in my car?" And he says, "Yeah." He says, "When I drove your car into the garage this morning," he said, "I don't normally wear this one pair of pants, and it's got sort of a shallow pocket, and my phone's gone. And the only place it could be is you or one other customer's car that I drove in and out of the shop." And I go, "Well, I don't see it." So, and he says, "It would have fallen out of my right pocket, so it might be between your seat and the console." So I reached down. Sure enough, there's his phone. I go, "Yep, I got it. It's right here." It fell, just like you said, it fell down between the seat and the console. So apparently he's had that happen before because he knew exactly where it would fall. And so
I bet he was having a panic attack.
Yeah.
I know I would.
Yeah, well, I felt sorry for the guy. But, still, by the same token, I'm going like, okay, you know what? I got to teach this guy a lesson. So I signed up for three porno sites, and I sent his girlfriend pictures of
did not
of me.
stop it.
Yeah, me. Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. Stop it. I know you didn't do that, so I'm calling BS on that
You don't believe? And by the way, he had his credit card, in there. So I bought a bunch of stuff on Amazon.
Whatever, Brad. Take all that back. You know that you didn't do that.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe you at all, whatsoever in the least. Not one fiber of my being believes
So you don't believe they left his phone in my car?
It was an accident, but I think it's pretty neat that you found it. And did you return it to this man?
No, I went into a pawn shop and I hawked it. Of course I didn't.
Oh, so now you hawked it.
No. I'm kidding. I drove it back later that day and I gave it to him.
I know you did.
But it was sort of funny because, and I'm thinking to myself, and I'd been driving around that morning and I'm thinking to myself, okay, either he's got his phone on vibrate or he doesn't get much calls or anything like that because I never heard it. Because that's what I'm thinking to myself, okay, why wouldn't have it gone off, or why wouldn't have somebody, texted him and, ding, or whatever the heck it was. But, once again, it was an Android phone.
And
so
going through his Facebook page and posting about different things that probably he has nothing to do with, that was kind of, not a good thing on your part.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Hey, we're going to take a break. We will be back. Westplex 107.1. You know what? I've always liked that song. Halsey, you like that song, Shelley?
I do like that song, even though she's bad at love. I think nobody's bad at love.
Is that the title of that song? I didn't know what the title of that song was. It's BS.
You're being facetious, aren't you?
Facetious, yes. It's BS in the morning. I'm Brad. She's Shelley. No, did I get that right? No, she's Brad. I'm Shelley. You can check out our website at bsinthemorning.show. I have on the phone with me our very special guest. He just won't call up any radio show. He's us and Howard Stern. Those are the only two shows he's ever been on. It's Jack Frost.
Hey, is it cold in here or is it just me? Oh!
Listen to you. Jack Frost, who's one of how many characters again?
39 characters.
39 characters on Main Street in St. Charles. Wow. You've had a heck of a season so far this year, and it's not over yet, is it?
It's true. And this year is very special. It is the 45th anniversary season, which appropriately for me is the Sapphire anniversary. And, I'm bright blue because, hypothermia and whatnot. So it's a big celebration. And how about that snow I brought you this week?
Yes, some people are not happy with the snow you brought us this week. Other people are.
You know what? They can move to Florida.
Yes, and a lot of them do. Jack Frost is one of the characters, like we talked about on Main Street in St. Charles. If you've never been there before, two things. A, what's wrong with you? And B, you've only got a couple of days left. Tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, and then what, Christmas Eve?
And then we close Christmas Eve. That's it, 4 times. And then people have to wait till next year, which would be a tragedy.
Oh, terrible. I mean, if it would be like them holding their breath and they'd get blue in the face, right?
Oh, listen to you. It's like we're walking in a winter punderland over here today.
Winter Wonderland. Okay.
That's awesome.
So first off, let's take care of some business. Hours for the last 4 days.
Hours of the last 4 days. So tonight, Friday, we are on Main Street from 6 to 9 p.m. Tomorrow, Saturday, we'll be there from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday from noon to 5, and then the big final day, Tuesday, Christmas Eve, we'll be there from 10 to 2 p.m., and we'll end with a big pep rally and a Santa send-off to wish the big man well before he heads back to the North Pole.
And if you've never done this before, it's worth going down to check out. It's lots of fun. The characters like yourself, you interact with the people on. It's not like you guys are on stage or anything like that. You're actually up close and personal talking to folks, right?
That's right. We are in your bubble, spreading the Christmas cheer, and we have caroling groups. We have exhibits on the history of the Christmas tree. There are carriage rides. You can explore Santa's workshop and parlor and mailroom. And then Main Street is all decorated so beautifully. It's like a Hallmark Christmas movie, except for no Lori Loughlin because she's in jail. Oh, freeze.
And there's no kissing till the end, right? Isn't that the other thing with the?
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's just nothing but little people with coffee cups with nothing in them. That is my biggest pet peeve about those movies. Have you ever noticed that, Brad?
Yes.
Coffee cups with nothing in them.
Well, they take so many takes. If they did drink all the coffee, they'd be like hyperactive. You know what I mean? Because of all the caffeine.
That's true.
Hey, now here's the other thing, and I want to mention this. If you've never been to Main Street or haven't been in a while, the shops are open like late on Friday night and on Saturday night. And if you've never seen, there's some really cool shops along there and great restaurants. One of my favorite places. Did they ever let you in at Trailhead? Do you ever go down there?
Oh, Trailhead. Let me tell you, they let me in their freezer every once in a while, and I may need to use it this weekend. I don't know if you've seen the weather, but Mother Nature and I are having a bit of a cold war, and she's going to make it a little mild there for me this weekend. But don't worry, I'll never melt. I have so many fans.
Oh, God, you have so many fans. Hey, but when you go down there, did they give you a cold beer?
Oh, well, I'll never tell that secret.
Okay, so this is the guy you want to meet. And by the way, Shelley asked me, have you and I ever met? And what's interesting is I always say to you, hey, I'm going to stop by and see you. Where are you? And you say, I'm on Main Street. And I say, where? And you say...
I'd say everywhere. That's the whole thing, Brad. It's the whole world conspiring against you. I get you down there just to watch you walk around and whine.
Well,
Where's Jack Frost? Where's Jack Frost?
And then if we ever did met, I got to throw this at you again, you'd give me the cold shoulder.
Oh, that's true. And it's better than the blue moon.
He did it again. Jack Frost, I'm going to ask you something. Possible that we can call you one more time on Monday morning. Would you have a problem with that on Monday morning?
Oh, my goodness. Only for you, Brad, would I get up that early on a Monday morning to be on the radio.
Because I'm actually going down to see my son on Tuesday. I'm driving down to Florida on Tuesday morning, so I won't be here. So if we... Yeah.
Did you just say the F word to me, Florida?
I did say the F word, Florida.
You better be careful. You're walking on thin ice there, Brad.
I would imagine you are not a fan of the state of Florida, right?
Not a fan. So much citrus and retired people's.
And the temperatures just don't agree with your metabolism, do they?
Yeah, not so good. I'm not very attractive as a puddle.
Jack Frost, as always, it's been a pleasure. We will talk to you on Monday morning. And one more time, give us the times the weekend.
Yes, tonight, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sunday, noon to 5, Tuesday, 10 to 2.
Thank you very much. Have a very cold weekend, okay?
I'll have a blue Christmas without you.
Yeah, and I hope you freeze your buns off.
Oh, thank you.
Bye. Talk to you later. Is he something or what, Shelley?
He is. He's hilarious.
Florida, the F
He
word.
is right on point, baby.
Oh, well, that's going to do it. Okay, we got to take a break. We will be back. Westplex 107.1, you are gorgeous. Good morning to you, 751.
Thank you, Brad. You're not too bad yourself.
Oh, listen to you. You think I was talking to you?
Well, kind of.
Can you think I was actually talking to you?
I'm not completely unfortunate looking. Things that make you go, yeah, I know. You have those on like little buttons, don't you?
No. I actually that was you actually saying that.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Well, it was, but not now.
Shelley, that was you actually saying that.
I believe that. Yes, I know, but that was like, what, 6 months ago?
No. No, it's all current stuff.
Okay. It's a now.
It's
not a naughty, it's a now.
It's a now. We are BS in the Morning. You can check out our website at bsinthemorning.show. Got lots of stuff this weekend. We got Chris Heifel was on earlier. We got Jack Frost. For me, it's hard to believe this is the last weekend before Christmas. Is it just like sort of gone by real quick?
Actually, it hasn't come by quick enough.
Why do you say that?
Because 2019's been a difficult year. Yeah. I mean, for a lot of people, it really has. And I'm just ready for a new 2020.
2020. Which is the way I'm going to see.
I'm sorry?
Which is the way I'm going to see.
It is indeed, my friend.
We'll talk about. I have a. God, I'll just briefly mention this. I had a life-changing experience yesterday. Okay, a life-changing experience with a guy who I am going to talk a lot about in coming weeks, and I won't go into too much detail, but. Guy's got a doctor in front of his name, and he did some amazing things for me, and I'm still sort of holy cow, what is going on? And in a good way. It's to the point where I've had some vision issues, shall we say, and someone took the time with me yesterday and really changed the way I see things literally. So we'll talk more about that, right?
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
It's still, I screw up a lot in the morning here, but I will actually give an excuse this morning is that I'm having some weird reactions to my new site because of the fact that I'm using computer screens and I'm not used to seeing them the way I normally see them, which is sort of weird. That sounds like a bogus excuse. Oh, come on, man, you can't see the computer screens. Well, if you know my history, you know that's...
I don't think it's a bogus excuse
at
all.
It is sort of interesting. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. I tell you what, I'm going to call in Audible here. We're going to play these commercials, play one song, and then you and I will finish, okay?
Oh, that sounds good.
7:54. Westplex 107.1. It is BS in the Morning. She is Brad. I'm Shelley. That's going to do it for us. Let's wrap it up, Shelley. First off, when you're out and about tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, up until around noon, what are you going to do?
You're going to drop some money in the kettle.
Right. Put some money in the kettle, help the Salvation Army people out. Yeah. Tonight.
Or you can actually take a picture of the QR code and donate that way.
Right. And tonight, if you're out and about tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, or Tuesday night, you're going to go to Main Street in St. Charles and say hi to Jack Frost, who I've never met. And you heard him that he purposely always gets away from me. Even though I try to go see him, he always tries to keep me away from him. I don't know why that is. He didn't say anything about a restraining order, so I guess that's probably good news, right? So So, and then
You're funny.
no, I'm not. And then
Who knew, a DJ and a comedian?
yeah, hey, for my next act, hey, hey, and I'll be back tomorrow, and don't forget to tip your waitress. Also, do not forget to. And what else were we going to talk about? One other thing. God, I can't remember what it was. It was something else we were going to talk about, wasn't it? We were going to promote to have people do to take care of things. Little Black Book, that's over, so you can't donate any toys anymore. The toys, the Burbash is gone. I can't remember. There was something else. Didn't you have a list? What was on the list? We sound exciting, don't we? We don't know what the hell we're talking about.
I think we covered everything.
Okay, well then that's good. Do it for us, and I'm going to let Shelley, intro the most important man in St. Charles County.
I'm not going to do it. I'm just telling you, I'm not going to do it.
Come on, I never.
No, because you're going to be a man-child about it. I'm not going to do it.
I would never do anything like that.
You would absolutely do something like that.
I would never do anything like that. Shelley, here's the problem. You just get all excited about stuff.
Calm down. Calm down.
Yes, calm down.
Okay, so it's 8:02, and it's time for the most represented and... I messed up. Let me start over. Okay, so it's 8:02, and it's time for the most popular man in St. Charles to step up to the microphone and say...
Ain't nobody does that.
I love Smash. Okay, Caleb, here you come.
Hey people, your mom called. She says to call Extreme Electrical for your residential, commercial, or industrial needs. Give us a call, 636-925-2988, or on the web at extremeelectricalstl.com.
K296 HA KRAP Washington.
Westplex 107.1. It's today's best music for the Westplex. Westplex 107.1.
When I'm underneath the bright lights, when I'm trying to have a good time, 'cause I'm good now, you ain't